Good day, traders. Gakuna trading. Today we are going to be talking about the FGD and the opportunities that presents itself when a new month starts. When we have a new month, okay, every new month, these are where we get explosive signal days because the first trading day of the month may close above the previous close or may close below the previous close. This is why in my previous videos I have emphasized on the fact that the perfect super FRD and FGDs that will not stress you is the FGDs and FRDs that closes when the monthly high is made below the previous close or above the previous close. Remember, when a new month is being traded, okay? Now, when a market fails at previous month's high or previous month's low, previous week's level and previous week's high, previous week's low. Now, but the very powerful signal of an FGD will always come out of our new month or a low of month or a high of month being taken out, and the market closes as a signal day. Now, if you look by to the indicator, most traders, for those who have this, we put a lot of work into this to, yeah, they are ideal FGDs and they are FGDs, okay. But then, when you know what you are doing, you can successfully write a code that suits the system perfectly. Now, the higher time frame FGDs, Stacy says it's not every up closing day or down closing day you call a fresh ready. That's very correct. This is why these instructions have been included in the indicator to make life easier for traders who are newbies. If you're a newbie trader and you have this indicator, the first thing you should do as a trader is to mark up your chart. If you see the market, it gives you an FGD. What do you do? Why is it an FGD? What makes this an FGD? How does price behave on the day? These are the questions I would like traders to ask themselves. Okay, how does price behave on the day? Okay, now back to how does price behave. Now we have a market that has broken out of previous month's high and the yearly high. Now we are currently in a high of year momentum. We have a new month which puts in a new low of month, low of week, and has closed above the previous close. Now remember, in my ebook I stated clearly, and I repeat myself, 3-day setups, 3 days of breakout will 80% of the time evolve to a signal day. We have a 3-day setup evolving to an FGD in a new month. It is a powerful signal, okay, for traders to take note of and pay attention to. Now, always come back to this video if you have doubts. I will show you guys the power of the new month. Even last month, February 1st week, we saw an FRD I traded on the Euro CAD coming out of the new world, high of year, high of month, and it closed below the previous close. The next day we had an ACB first red day that never came back. Now we have a replica of such pattern on Euro CAD. Euro CAD is an FGD and it closed in breakout. And when the market closes above the previous high, okay, it closed in breakout. So we have a daily close in breakout. Now we go to the smaller time frame. How did I execute the Euro CAD? Now I understood, I sent to the group that we should be looking for a way to buy the Euro CAD. Traders, I repeat myself, should be looking for a way to buy the Euro CAD. Now we have a market. We want to see higher highs on the inside when we are trading what? The FGD. Now the consolidation, the high of that consolidation is marked, the low of that consolidation is marked. The market expands, okay, now very good, but it made a higher high inside of our Asian range, okay, made a higher high, traded further, went back above a closing price, okay. Now I didn't execute in the London session. My job was to come to the New York session because I was busy. Now the market made a higher high again, it came lower, okay. I sent a signal, buy the Euro CAD. at this level because of what? The pin hammer and the coil, okay? But then the market made another higher high and pulled back inside. So we have a high. We have a high, okay? We have a break of that high, a pullback, and guess what? A W pattern. Down, up, down, pin hammer, and a continuation out of balance. So we had a market. We are buying out of balance. What do I mean by buying out of balance? We are now outside of the opening range. I have taken similar repeated setups of signal days, a rejection of the opening range. Monday's opening range plays a vital role in our trading. When you can understand Monday's opening range and when the market is outside of Monday's opening range and pulls back to Monday's opening range, we should sit on our hands and wait and observe how the market behaves at that level. Now we can see our pin hammer engulfing, going out of balance, okay? Then I started loading the boat, okay? Which traders, some traders who are live on their chart may have seen that. You can see the pin hammer on the pullback on the 15 minutes. Check your time frames, guys. Always check your time frames. There will always be a pin hammer or an engulfment. Pin hammer, you see pin hammer engulfing. I started loading the boat, okay? Still loading the boat out of balance. So currently I'm break even on this market. Now let's take a brief look at FGD Euro US dollar. I didn't trade that, but let's see what it did on the Euro USD. FGD Euro USD, okay, like I said, a 3-day setup. I posted this chart in the community. High of week, low of week reversal or continuation opportunity. This market reversed back inside, but closed as an FGD in a new week, a new month, the most powerful period to trade an FGD. What did the market do? They broke out of monthly highs and yearly high. They pulled back to the opening range. Pay attention to Monday's opening range. This is my opening range high, opening range low. This is the opening range. Tuesday typically expands the range. We have a pin hammer rejecting the opening range. Traders who successfully saw this market, I'm sure traders who traded this should have a good setup out of this FGD. Now, because I know the setups, therefore my indicator should understand the new month opportunities. This is why every new month, when the indicator shows FGDs and FRDs, look out for a specific market and observe it, because from there you can see an explosive move that will pay you so much money that you do not need to trade for the rest of the month. But obviously we must visit our charts. We must visit the chart every day. We get tempted. We see an FRD, we want to try it. We see a 3-day setup, we want to test it. Okay, now Euro USD, day 1, day 2, day 3, blowing off in the direction of the trend. A 3-day setup will either continue or reverse. The FGD dominates the 3-day setup from low of week to high of week. It dominates the 3-day setup. So breakout, pullback, higher highs on the inside is a formula for dump, pin hammer, and a pump. Congratulations to traders who took this market. They closed in breakout also. Let's take a look at our next pair, USD Swiss franc. Now the USD Swiss franc is a first red day, but then in the ebook I stated categorically, in fact I had a lecture with traders last week about this. A 3-day setup will 80% of the time evolve to a first red day. The market builds a box with a 3-day setup. The market builds a box with 3 days of breakouts. How does price behave on day 3? The market can hold volume up high. To collapse that box the next day, which is on Monday, it can be a Monday reversal. It can be a Thursday reversal. It can be a Wednesday reversal. But when you look at the chart, how many closes do we have? 3 higher closes. 3 higher closes is a 3-day setup. 3 higher closes is 3 days of breakouts. I have emphasized on this over and over again for traders to really understand. You don't be caught in the minutiae. This is the first red day close in a new month, new high of month, closes below the previous close. That is the strongest level of first red day you can get, an ACB type first red day that will not come back. It has repeated itself again. It happened on February 1st week. It has happened here again. The market broke out. Lower lows on the inside, the formula for what? A pump and a dump. I expect traders to execute this market coming out of that range. I expect traders to execute this market coming out. Already, I've mapped out a structure for the reversal, and you can see it playing out. A 3-day setup will 80% of the time evolve to first trade and the first green day. Try it. Monitor your charts. Monitor your chart. If you're a newbie, get the indicator, mark up your chart. When you see a signal day, when you see a 3-day setup, why is that a 3-day setup? High of week, low of week, continuation, reversal. Ask yourself this question. When you see on the indicator the first red day and the 3-day setup, the first red day will always supersede the 3-day setup, because on the 3-day setup, the same thing we want to watch. Either reverse or continue. So let's see how price behaves on Wednesday. Remember, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday forms a box. On Wednesday tomorrow, how does price behave at the edge of that box? Do they reverse 3 levels of drop, or do they continue in the direction of that initial trend? Now let's take a look at AUD CAD. Yeah, it's an FGD too on the screener. You can see that FGD. What did the market do? New month, new timing cycle, new opportunity. What did they do here? Can you see that? We had higher highs already made on Monday, breaking out of Friday's high. So we have a higher high, a break of structure to the upside. What did they do? They pulled back, okay, formed a double pattern, a pin hammer, coiling back inside, rejecting the opening range. The opening range is being rejected, okay. Opening range is what? Rejected. So we have a new low of week, new low of the month of what? February, March. FGD signal, you can see that on the indicator, closed in breakout, closed out of Friday's high. They pulled back, gave a buy low setup to the upside. The first green day is a buy low of day, low of session setup if it presents itself. So on an FGD, I expect traders to buy low no matter what, no matter how low the market takes it. My dear brothers and sisters, please buy low. If you do not buy the low of a session or of a day, you will buy low of the session. AUD CAD. This market will 80% of the time give you your setup in the London and the US session. Let's take a look at the NZDs. Did they present? NZD CAD, an FGD in a new month, as you can see on the indicator. Now it is easy for most traders. Yes, I understand, because traders, you're not a newbie. Others that are newbies need to really understand this and have this higher high on the inside. The same setup, the same pattern on the AUD CAD, but different variations. Remember, the market will put you on same patterns but different variations. The market will do everything possible to confuse you, to make sure that you do not have a very good entry on the market. They will do everything possible to make sure they take you out of a winning trade. You can see that huge pin hammer to closing price very late at 10:15 a.m. US time, 10:15 a.m. US time. Breaks out of the opening range, stays out of the opening range. Traders who got this early would make money. FGD. I'm just showing you guys the power of really understanding what we are looking for. What are we looking for? I repeat myself. A 3-day setup will either continue in the direction or will reverse. Now let's take a look at other pairs. We have natural gas. Now natural gas is an FGD. Yes, of course, I added it to my pairs. You see natural gas FGD and a day zero, peak formation high, peak formation low, breaks out of previous high, breaks out of previous low, and outside the higher highs on the inside. First of all, what is the definition of a day zero? My definition of a day zero. Day zero can be where a narrow range day forms at the high or low of the week for a reversal and sometimes a continuation. The day zero can close as a first red day or a first green day, just like the inside day does. So we have our buy setup to the opposite side. Natural gas, FGD, day zero, and closed in breakout. Let's take a look at another pair before we close off and we see what we can do. What other pair closes as FGD? GBP USD closes as FGD. GBP USD, how does price behave on the day? GBP USD FGD. Congratulations to traders who took this market. Day 1, day 2, day 3. New month, new opportunities. I repeat myself. In a new month, after day 1, if it closed as a first red day or a first green day, or if we are coming out of a 3-day setup, I repeat, if we are coming out of a 3-day setup into a new month, expect a high ACB template. I'll take a brief look at this chart. I'll draw a box. Remember, I told you guys I am the edge of the box trader. So we have day 1. High of week. Simple as ABC. The screener will always do this for you. Day 1, mark up your chart. Day 2 expands the range to the downside. Day 2. Day 3. The market held the volume down below. Normally, we would rush to the market to trade a reversal on Friday, but the market did not reverse. They held it down low. They had their reasons. High of week, new low of week, reversal. So we had the reversal on Monday, which then closed as an FGD, which solidifies the theory of a 3-day setup, 3 days of breakout, with 80% of the time evolved to a signal day. High of week, low of week, low of week, high of week. Day 1, day 2, day 3. The markets go with you guys 1% better every single day. For those who are new to SB style, I would encourage you to get this screener and start marking up your charts. That is the only way you can get to understand and start doing without the screener. That is the only way you understand. Oh yeah, so Gakuna gets this day 1, day 2, day 3. This is how he gets it. I'm doing this for those who find it difficult. There are so many indicators out there. The developers of those indicators made these indicators for traders to make life of traders easy. And I decided that no, instead of me struggling to explain this to traders over and over again, we need to develop this Stacy box screener. Even we have a stock screener in TradingView. There's a screener. We have a stock screener on TradingView. We have the forex screener. Yes, we have screeners everywhere. This is my screener for the Stacy box trading style. Do well, traders, to get this for yourself. If you don't have it, message me on my Discord. Message in the Discord I want, or you add me up on Discord and chat me up directly. Get this indicator for yourself. If you're a newbie and if you are struggling, get it. Monitor the market. Mark up your charts. You will see why I call certain movements the way I call them. In the markets go with you guys 1% better every single day. I thank you guys for 1K subscribers. I can't do it without you guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for sharing them. All my traders, all the good traders around the world, from Australia, United States, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, Ghana, Senegal, Kenya, Cameroon, all over the world, Finland, UK, all of you guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And may God bless you. The markets go with you. Thank you.